welcome to One Man's Collection. Today I am looking at issue number 58 of the Formula 1 car collection, Williams FW07B. This is the Alan Jones 1980 Williams. We do have a 143 scale diecast car that comes with this. It's actually quite nice. I will put it aside for now and quickly go through the magazine, show you what you get in this issue, and then we'll have a look at the diecast car and put it on the turntable. So in this particular issue, the season is 1980. Technical focuses on that particular car of the Williams. Team is the BMW Williams F1 team. The circuit on this particular issue is the Riverside International Raceway, California track, 1960. Don't know anything about that one. And the story so far on this particular issue is the 2007 Raikkonen claims the title. Okay. Alan Jones, fellow Australian. Grown up with him on TV and motor racing commentary. Not going to read everything in the magazine. You will need to pause it and read it if you want to. But straight talking Mr. Jones. After dominating the second half of 1979 season, Williams capitalised on their superiority and mounted a serious title challenge in 1980 with Australian Alan Jones, who overcame Brabham's Brazilian #1 Nelson Piquet. There you go. Alan Jones, world champion in 1980, at the wheel of the Williams FW07B. For the tough Aussie, it was a pinnacle of his 6-year Formula 1 career. Yeah. Turbo versus normally aspirated. The speed of Renault's turbo engines meant that René Arnoux and Jean-Pierre Jubilee were able to secure excellent position in the starting grid of 1980. Turbo engines were still inferior to aspirated units, but the gap between them was getting smaller at the time. In Germany, the super-fast Hockenheim track, that would be the old version, Alan Jones took pole position with his Williams ahead of the two French Renault drivers. Did very well then, didn't he? A white helmet with a thin red line for Alan Jones, a design worn by the Australian ace during his time in World Championship stage. Yeah, okay. Couple of sponsorships on it. Alan's a 5-star showing. So I'm guessing all the yellow ones are first. So Argentina, France, Britain, Canada, and US East. And 4 points Brazil, no good in South Africa, USA West, Monaco, and Holland. Looks like he didn't get any points for those particular ones, but the ones he did get the points did very well. More information. Again, I'm not going to read all of this. You'll have to pause and have a look. Prost proves his point. European Formula 3 champion 1979 and winner of the prestigious Monaco F3 Grand Prix the same year. Alain Prost went straight to Formula 1 without working through the ranks of Formula 2. McLaren's poor competitiveness at the time didn't stop the young French ace from showing his fantastic potential. Yeah, he did really well. Technical focus. We have a expanded open view there as well. Rear longitudinal Ford Cosworth DFV 8-cylinder 90-degree 2.995 cc, so just under 3 litres. 490 brake horsepower. Maximum engine speed 11,700 RPM. Dry weight of 585 kilograms. I think they had to stay under a certain amount of weight anyway, didn't they? Yeah, very nice. Team, the BMW Williams F1 team. That was a few years later, wasn't it? New German driving force. BMW picked out Williams to make the return to Formula 1, initially as a supplier, and then maybe also as their own right. They clocked up 10 victories within a 6-year period, after which the Bavarians decided to go it alone. Before the 2004 season got underway, one Pablo Montoya confirmed that he had signed the contract with McLaren starting in 2005. The announcement had been expected for a while, but it didn't interfere with the Bogota-born driver performing in the track. After the FW26 used that year was developed at its full potential, Montoya was able to deliver one last victory in his final day in the Brazilian Grand Prix. Very nice. The FW, is that before Frank Williams? Probably. Alright, the circuit in this particular issue is the California Desert Track. Located at Riverside, California, about 80 kilometers or 50 miles from the east of Los Angeles. Second US track, staged back in 1960, took place at the Riverside track, which had opened for business 3 years earlier near the California city of the same name. Riverside, okay. The circuit was constructed on the desert terrain with interesting variations of elevation and featured 4 possible configurations so it could be used for various motor racing series. I think I've seen some of this in the video games where they revisit that type of track. The story of Formula One, this is the 2007 season, no holds barred, thrilling until the very end. The 2007 World Championship had 3 contenders, Fernando Alonso and rookie Lewis Hamilton, both driving for McLaren, plus Finnish Ferrari driver Kimi Raikkonen. Amid an espionage controversy, fierce rivalries and penalties, cool Kimi came out on top. So what did he end up with? 1 point more than Lewis Hamilton. Kimi Raikkonen on 110 points, Lewis Hamilton on 109, and Fernando Alonso also on 109. Wow. So McLaren both got 109. And Felipe Massa on 94, Nick Heidfeld in the BMW Sauber F1, 61. Didn't realise it was quite that close. That would have, though, given, looking at that points-wise, that would give McLaren the World Championship for the team. No, constructors went to Ferrari, 204 points. Did McLaren, is that the time where they were caught cheating and lost all of their points? I think it was. I'd have to read that. Amid an espionage controversy. Yeah. That's a shame for them. All right, coming up in part 59, we got the Heinz Harald Frentzen Jordan. I've got those in slot cars as well, those yellow ones, from around about 1998 and 99 season. And then we go back to another Ayrton Senna McLaren. This is one will be the MP45B. So I've got the first issue of this particular series was actually a Ayrton Senna McLaren in the old Marlboro colouring, without Marlboro on it because it's considered a toy. All right, we'll have those in coming up. Have a look at the car here, though. Get a bit more detail. Got the Leyland on there. Some extra rivets or something down the side. Yep, Goodyear tyres. Gold centres, but a nice silver rim. Black on the front, though. 3-spoke black. We've got the Saudi and Goodyear tag sponsorship, a bunch of other sponsorships across the front there as well. Do have seatbelt print inside. I do like these air intake printed really well. Yeah. Coming around to the rear end, we've got Fly Saudi up there and on the tail as well, on top of the wing, I mean. So it's got some gold elements and even the painted red light at the back. Going underneath, aerodynamics goes up through the framework there. Okay. Actually looks like it's not touched on there. I don't think I broke that, but it's touched on that side. You can see how that one goes in. That one doesn't. Yeah. It has too. Okay, my suspension has broken. I just realised. Okay, so there's a piece there that has broken probably on the shipping, but it's going to sit in the inline display anyway. I haven't dropped it or anything. Well, I'm going to put that on the turntable. Have a closer look without my hands getting in the way. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll be back next week with issue number 59. Cheers. Bye.